Hello, hello. Welcome back to Divine Destiny Guide. Sending you the purest of love and light. God is for us. Who can be against us? We're blessed and highly favored, secured, anchored, and protected. We're covered. Remember, we're on top. We're going higher. So if it's your first time, welcome. Returning soul tribers, new soul tribers. I'm so glad that you're here. May God continue to richly bless and keep you always. Thank you. So the first card here, it says iniquity workers will perish. So we know iniquity workers are those who do evil stuff, iniquity stuff. I mean, lawless. It's like they have no part with God. And it's so funny because I've been saying this in a couple of readings. It's like people are going to be shocked, surprised when we think about judgment day, when Jesus comes, returns, when who will be resurrected? When you look around, we're going to be surprised. And this is why it says the wheat and the tears shall grow together until the day of harvest. Because so many people, they're quick to point fingers at some people and to say that they're the ones who are doing evil stuff, when in fact they are the ones who are doing it. They are the ones who are doing it. But because, like I said, even with doing tarot, so many people are quick to say, oh, that's evil. It's a gift. But anything that is abused, then it becomes a curse. And like in any career, any and every profession, you have good people and you have those who are bad. And so anybody who goes out of their way to hurt another person by either speaking evil, doing evil things to them, they will perish and they will be punished as well. There is no place in the kingdom of God for that, because it's only this trait is from the devil. They're not of the light. And so, like I've been encouraging you, it is so important to look at people in the spirit, not just at face value, not just in the 3D, in the flesh. See, growing up, I was told the devil is this, like, guy in a red suit with this 3-teeth fork just in flame. And so that scares us. And I think this is why so many of us have been tricked and duped, because we are looking for this angry, mean person or entity. When in fact, if you look back, most of the people who hurt you, or maybe they're doing this right now, they're still hurting you. There are people who are unassuming. People will look at them and they'll think, oh, they cannot even kill an ant. They can't hurt a fly, because they have it down pat. We need to realize that every day that we get up, we go out, we are encountering spirits walking in a human body. It's like, guys, you meet a female and she may look smashing and, all the things that you're looking for on the outside. But again, the devil has no preference. It's a spirit. It jumps in men and women. And so while you're thinking that you're taking down this one, you're going to smash it, crush it, whatever, you don't realize that the enemy already has a plan to crush you. Men get hurt too, but we don't talk about that a lot. A lot of females are very deceptive, very alluring. And of course, with men, it's the eyes, right? So then that way you get dragged down even quicker. And it's the same thing for us ladies. We're looking for the guy with the red suit, but no, it's that one that comes with probably the right words and the looks, and you think that's the one. But the enemy wants to kill, steal, and destroy our joy and our peace before we meet the one. So that by the time we meet the one who we're supposed to do life with, to change the world with, we are so hurt, so torn and battered and bruised that we self-sabotage. And the enemy loves that, because then that means that his mission is accomplished. Kill, steal, and destroy. It's a competition. So it's either, it says, by the fruits you shall know them. So if this person is not coming with the qualities from God, then I'm telling you, and sometimes people can fool us for a little while, but very soon, if we pay attention, very soon the mask will fall off. They won't be able to hold it together. But I think for a lot of us, by the time we get there, you see the signs, but then it's like you've been so hurt and you get so used to the abuse and the bad treatment that you kind of just shut up and put up with the condition. When in fact, Jesus came that we will have life and have it more abundantly. And this is why we're told that our battle is not against flesh and blood, but it's against spiritual wickedness in high places. It's the criteria. It's the criteria of knowing that our battle is not against flesh and blood. So the person who is warring with us, it's not even, some of them, they don't even know that they're taken over by a demonic spirit. Or sometimes they do. But they don't care. It's that selfishness of wanting to win at all and every cost, because they get pride in seeing other people get hurt. But knowing that our battle is not against flesh and blood, but spiritual wickedness in high places. It's like if you're going to a class and the person says, read this manual before you come. That's a way before you can come in. You cannot come in without your ID. That's like a prerequisite before you can enter. So it's the same thing. In order for us to win these spiritual warfares, we must be in alignment spiritually. It's not about religion. And so this is why a lot of people, even those who are cloaking religion, they will still have no problem dibbling and dabbling in iniquity. They will have no problem being the devil's footstool. Because why? They are not in alignment with God. The moment Jesus rose from the dead, he was no longer in the flesh, he was in the spirit. And so if we know how to recognize him in the flesh, we can also recognize him in the spirit. But a lot of people are not willing to do the work. It's too much. It's like as long as they get a parking space, that's good enough. That's enough miracle. Oh, they wake up, that's enough. A lot of people, even in the church, they are seeing the letter C. They're seeing their way to heaven. They're barely gonna make it in because they are neither hot nor cold. And Jesus said, the Bible says, if you're neither hot nor cold, I'm gonna spew you out. I'm gonna spit you out. You're insipid. So a lot of these people, they're on the fence, but because they learn to play the part, and even if they're not religious, but these are people, when they put their clothes on and put themselves together I mean, they are decoys. They learn the art of manipulation. They are the devil. They are the devil, and it's like if we could see them in the spirit, when these people laugh, it's not that beautiful grin that you're seeing. It's more like a horror. Ha ha ha. It's a demonic laugh, it is. And this is why I'm telling you, if you look at a lot of people, close still pictures, when certain things are going on, you can see it in their faces. And a lot of you, you're waking up to what people are doing, how they are behaving around you, and you're realizing they are not of the light. They are not on the right. And so a lot of these people, they have been abusing their powers, and a lot of this iniquity stuff, it passed down from generation to generation as well. And so for a lot of you, a lot of us, you have to break these curses, because it's either people who are using iniquity to sabotage, to suffocate your lineage, or your ancestors were doing it. And as a result, it was cursing your bloodline. So you have to break that as well. It's like, and I tell you, I only speak on things when God tells me to. But in the middle of everything, about a few months ago, I felt led to, I messaged this cousin that I've been speaking on, who have been very intentional in whatever relationship or connection that I go into. She's very instrumental in trying to sabotage, to blackmail, to intercept. And I was led to, and I had to do it. I messaged her and I said, it ends with me. It ends with me, because this is something that has been going on in the bloodline for a long time. And even though my grandmother, she never spoke about it a lot, but she told me about it, and I've heard other people talk about it. Because my grandmother, she was a higgler or seller in the market. So every Sunday evening, like a group of women, including her sister, they would take this truck and they would go to the city to sell ground produce, yam, sweet potato, those kind of stuff, corn, peas. And my grandmother told me, and like I said, other people have spoke about it. They spoke about it as well, where when they went, because then they would tag their bags with, like, say, a particular color. So while she was busy looking for her produce, unbeknownst to her, her sister went inside the market, and the little platform where they rent, so like at night they would sleep on it, and during the daytime they would put the produce there. When her sister went inside, she didn't know. So when my grandmother finally got her things together and she went inside the market to find her stall where she usually sells, there was this white liquid, fresh white liquid running down her stall. And she said to somebody who was sitting there, and she said to the person, "What is this? Who did this?" And the person said, it's your own. It's your own who did it. And let me tell you, from that Sunday, my grandmother, because normally they would come home like Wednesday, so they would leave on Sunday, come back about Wednesday evening or so, depending on how sales is. And from that was the last week my grandmother went back to that market. It's like everything was cut. Even even to pick up the money that people owed her, she had to ask other people to do it. She lost the urge and the vigor to do anything. It's like she was turned down. It's like whatever it is that was done, it just completely annihilated any passion or urge that she had. So yes, iniquity is real, but I believe that my God is realer. And I believe that when God is for us, and because He is for us, who can be against us? But it's kind of like that fight my grandmother had, it wasn't there anymore. And then it's like her sister now is like just blew up from that. And we've heard stories like these happen all the time, where people try to sacrifice one so that they can go on top, because they thought my grandmother was doing well and all of this stuff. So there was this jealousy between the siblings. And this is the thing, and even though they're now deceased, I see the same trends and patterns in her children trying to play the same game, to play even in my face, hurt me and still want me to come around. So when people are talking about, oh, families live good, get along, if people are hurting you, your peace is more important. You're not going to fake that to make that. When people, just as on earth we have the dollar as our currency, here in the 3D, you don't have money, you don't have talk. Money is power. It's the same thing in the spiritual. The currency is energy. And when people are gonna use your energy, manipulate your energy, so that they can keep you down, snuff out what you're called here to do, and you should still be around these people for holidays and celebrations. I mean, you can pick your side, but I know that I will not be there, because I refuse to be fake or phony. I'm not gonna do it. So people don't tell you the truth. In the church, they're not telling you the truth. Yes, you can forgive. We're called to love. Oh no man, nothing but to love Him. We're called to love each other, the unconditional love of God. That's what we're called to do. And we're called to forgive, because it's for us. And if you do that, and if you still can have the love of God in you towards people who hurt you, because you believe that God fights your battles, you don't need to be among those people. You can love them from a distance. And they will say, I don't know what I did to them. They know what they did. But it's too embarrassing to even talk about it. It's too embarrassing to tell people all the lies and the deceptive things that they have done behind your back. So it's better for them to paint a negative picture, to say that you wronged them. Oh well, let them talk. You know the truth, they know the truth, and most importantly is that God knows the truth. But these things, it goes from culture. It's diverse. Culture, religion, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. Socioeconomic background. There are people of the light and there are people of the dark. And yes, iniquity workers, they will perish. And this is why you're called to move in silence in anything and everything that you're doing. Because all these people want to do is catch a glimpse, get a whiff, a sniff of what you're doing, to see if they can put it out. They want to block. I wonder when these people get time to bathe, to take care of themselves, because they're so busy, so engaged in other people's business. It's like, when do they find time to take care of their own? But then at the same time, at the end of the day, This is why so many of them don't come off to anything, because they've always been too busy watching other people and being jealous instead of focusing on something that they can do for themselves. They keep watching you for what you're doing, watching your bag and making note of your life. Spirit says, move in silence. What the enemy does not know, they can't hurt. And that's the thing, for so many of us are used to blabbering, talking, and then we didn't even know that these haters, they were right under our nose. These reptilians, these chameleons, they were right under our nose. We thought they were our friends and families, when in fact they wanted nothing but the worst for us. When we cry, they were happy, they were clapping. Yeah. And you are highly protected. So it's like, again, you will fear no evil, because why? God is with us. We have an army with us that is greater, stronger, more powerful than they have out there in the world. So a lot of these people, they're projecting their own insecurities on you. So if you're feeling some kind of ways, like I said, all they do every day is just, they don't mind their own business. So whatever fears they have, because of course they're nervous, they're panicking, because a lot of them, they waste their time and their lives watching you, paying attention to you, not taking care of their own business. And now they're nervous, they're afraid, because it's like, what is going to happen to them at the end of the day? They use all of their time to focus on doing iniquity. They spend up all their resources, their money, trying to fight a futile, a useless battle. We know the battle belongs to God. We don't need to do that. So a lot of people, they try to play God. And this is why we're called to move in silence. Because these people want to think that they can change the trajectory, the direction of our lives by playing in magic, by doing spells, even speaking, gossiping behind our backs. It's spell, it's words, spellings. A lot of them, they're writing down things. You hear them talking about manifesting. No, it's the evil things that they're chanting over and over. And this is why we're called to take every thought captive. When you hear the devil speak lies to you, speak life into your situation. Yeah, look, now they couldn't beat you, now they want to join you. Yeah, they couldn't beat you, now they want to join you. Why? Because now they see, oh, for everything that we sent to that person, we didn't take them down. Now we believe they're highly protected. Now they want to come under your umbrella. Now they want to become your friends. I keep saying this too in other messages. Be careful of people who are coming back. They're not coming back because they really want to. It's only because they have to. Because they see that they can't beat you, so now they want to befriend you. I mean, why? Because you didn't kill the collective? You didn't take us out? When you take people back, all you do is give them an opportunity to master you so that they can come, because the next time they come back at you, they're gonna make sure that they have everything covered. They're not gonna miss the target this time. So be careful how we're letting people back in. And like I said, it depends on how painful the ending was. You know, you don't have to be in malice with people, but at the same time, you don't have to have people back so close to you when they hurt you so badly in the first place. Yeah, so a lot of these people, like we have here, the emperor, you know, it could be because people see that you're in this boss role as well, this leadership role, and they want to tear you down. And this is the thing, a lot of people, they don't want to see you smile. It's like they want to wipe it off. They don't want to see you rise. They don't want to see you successful. So I'm getting like two messages from this. And sometimes the Emperor in the lower vibration, this is somebody who is very harsh, very brutal. They're a terrible leader. This is somebody who wants to control, very vindictive and manipulative as well. It's like they want control over your life. And so this is why so many people, they will turn to doing negative, evil things. Because it's the jealousy, it's the envy. They want what you have. They want to knock you off of that position that should be theirs. This is what I'm telling you. So many of them lose and waste so much time and energy watching people, gossiping about people, and then they wake up one day and they realize their age is off the calendar and they have accomplished nothing in their lives. And this is what makes them even more bitter, because you're doing well, Queen of Coins. I'm telling you, a lot of you, you're minding your own business, the one that pays you. You're taking care of yourself and your family if you have, and they don't like it. They don't like it. And this is why Spirit says move in silence. They don't want to see you produce. They don't want you to give birth to anything. And like I said, even with my grandmother, that's what happened, because it's like she was doing too well. And I've even heard those evil cousins talk about it, how my grandmother was the one who was doing well, and their mom was not, and their family was not doing well. And what did their mother do to get on top? So this is why I'm telling you, you have to move in silence. I mean, a lot of you, I'm telling you, this naivety, this foolishness that you tolerate in people just to go along to get along, it's time that you remove those rose-colored glasses and see people for who they are. I'm telling you, when you're not on the same wavelength with people, look for those backhanded compliments. Look for those backhanded compliments. When you're down and people... I remember this fake friend I had. Every time that something misfortune would happen to me and I would tell her, all she could say is, "Oh, poor you, poor," and I could hear the sarcasm in her voice. "Oh, poor you." And I would sometimes say to her, "Why don't you say, oh, rich you?" And she would repeat, "Oh, poor you," again. And it's like I was too naive. I don't know what I was thinking, to be honest with you. But it's like every now and again, when I remember these things, it just kind of like, what were you thinking, girl? What, it's like, ooh, it's like, let it be now. You know what I mean? But it's like, hearing it, I heard it, and I knew what she was doing, but I did not have the backbone to speak up and to stand up for myself. For whatever reason. Is it that I wanted to fit in? Yeah, I wanted to fit in. I thought I couldn't do better. So watch out for those little backhanded compliments. When you show people things, look in their face to see if they're really happy for you. Because if they're happy, it should also resonate in their voice. And it should linger. Nobody just smile and pull their face back in tightly. No, when you laugh, it's like that crease in your face, it lingers for a while. Look deep before we leap. Look deep before we leap. Yes, so you are highly protected. You don't have anything to worry about. And so they couldn't beat you, now they want to join you. Like I said, Be careful how people are coming back. I did a message recently, don't fall for it. Don't fall for it. This card is in the reverse. Eight of Swords. Don't fall for it. Because a lot of these people, if they had it, and what they really wanted you to be in the Eight of Swords, where you're stressed, I mean, they send you conflict spell. They want you up in your head. Self-sabotage, self-imposed prison. They want you tied up. Just everything around you is like depressed, just going crazy. But see, because they were not successful in doing this, this is why they want to come back. They realize that you're protected. You're not bound. You are free. And like the song said, whom the sun set free is free indeed. And this is why they want to come back. They want to come back because now they see that you're in the 10 of coins. They see that you're stable. They see you're stable. They see that you're moving along with the Chariot here. You're moving along. And this is why this Knight of Wands want to come back in the reverse. You see, they have not changed. They just want to hold you back. It's still that player, manipulative, a lot of mind game, deceptive. I love this for you. I love it for us. Until next time, take care.